All right, bro. A year since the last
One
podcast.
year, yeah. When you said that this morning, I was like, nah, it's only been a couple months. And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, it's been a whole year, dude.
Yep. The year went by so quick. I was in a flight to Dubai when the new year hit.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
right when the new year hit, I was gone. And now it's coming up. It's December again.
Yeah,
So 11
yeah.
months since I left.
Man, it doesn't feel like it
No.
at all. I think because I have like I don't have a bunch of downtime
Mm-hmm.
is why I feel like it kind of just flies by like it does.
Yeah.
Like this little vacation I just took, like 4
Yeah.
days doing nothing. I was like, is this how people exist? How time is so slow right now. Where like now I'm already back into like the work week and I'm like, oh, sick. Okay, good. I like this
Yeah.
pace. But man, what's new, dude? Like, what's this
Yep.
year been like? Like, this has
Yep.
been a wild year
It's
for
been a
both
wild
of us here. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, for one, every time I come back to the gym, I pop away for a bit, come back, there's like major changes, which
Yeah.
is super cool to see. But the year has been good. I was in Dubai for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then Bali, and I spent most of the year from February up until right when I came back in Thailand.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, so I was
Sick.
training on
Damn.
and off, but really not too much.
Yeah.
I was kind of just exploring, meeting people, hanging out.
Just living.
Yeah, just
living.
living.
That's it. Like
Yeah,
at
just
your
living.
age, like just kind of immersing yourself in different cultures
Yeah, exactly.
is so good. Like that's something I got a lot out of martial arts. Like I'm around so many different groups of people.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've never had like that wanting to like travel internationally to meet so many people here. But for you, what was the biggest culture shock coming from like going to Dubai, like from America and stuff like
Dubai,
that?
yeah.
You'd been there before, right?
No,
Or- no.
Dubai
Okay, that
was
was your first time.
Yeah, it was the first time, and Dubai is a big hustle culture. So everyone is in a cafe working.
Yeah.
Everyone is like go go go. It kind of reminds me almost of New York. There's a lot of people walking, and everyone's dressed super well. So it's like the high class people, and then there's like almost like a slave class of just like workers.
Yeah.
There's like no in between. It's either really wealthy, a lot of people,
I've
or
seen
just
those
workers.
behind the scenes videos, like the people that live in Dubai. And
What's
oh,
up,
God.
guys? What's up? What's
He
up,
he
boy?
always has to steal the show. He has to
Yeah.
have his like cameo and credit.
What's
But
up,
I've
boy?
seen that where it's like either like slums or high rises, and it's
Yep.
like you see the behind
Yep.
the scenes of people. You see the behind the scenes of people that are like, hey, I'm just a regular worker in Dubai.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that looks like they're living in a third world country in the world's wealthiest place.
Yep. There's like a ton of high rises, and right beside where I was staying,
Yeah.
there was this group of construction workers that would come in every single day and just do work
Yeah.
on the building beside me. Like
Yeah.
every day, morning to night, working, and then and going home and repeating. So it was like two totally different lives right beside each other.
Yeah, and
So-
everything is super expensive over there.
Dude, super. Like a protein bar is like $7.
I remember you saying that, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
God.
So I only spent about a month there, and then I went to Bali for more than
And you're like, it was way more than my budget.
Yeah, more than my budget. Yeah.
Protein bars are like 70 cents over there.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
sick.
Everything
Yeah.
is super cheap. So that
Yeah.
was cool. And then Bali and Thailand are pretty similar, but
Yeah.
Bali's more like run down. There's no like high buildings or anything.
It's not as developed as
Yeah.
Thailand's got.
Yeah,
Like
Bangkok
Thailand
is
has
super
a
developed.
lot of super developed places now. Yeah.
So that was where I spent most of my time. And then I went to FA group towards the end of my time
Sick.
there.
Yeah.
And I started training every now and then, but
Nice.
not like super
That's
consistently.
become like the gym that a lot of people from North Carolina. I'm starting to see more and more gyms travel out to FA group. Do they
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
have like a big like? I guess they have like a good window of like foreigners. Like they get in touch with gyms. They
Oh, yeah.
offer like, do they have like package discounts for gyms that come in and stuff? Or
No, they just recently released like a fighter package where you
Okay.
get like the training and then like one private a week, and then they send you to go fight after like the 2 or 3 months, whatever it is.
shit, nice.
So I have a lot of people from DMV that I met there, from the DMV
cool.
area.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of people up.
What's that
north
like to
out.
go to the other side of the world? And you're like, oh, we're like a couple hours apart from each other on the other
that
side of the
happens
world.
so often.
All the time,
Yeah,
right?
so often. And I know Julia, she came last year, so
That's right.
her gym, whatever gym she trains at,
Yeah.
they set up the trip to go. And so they're going to be doing that
I just
again.
saw like groups from like Lake Norman, guys from like Hyaston have gone out there,
Mm-hmm.
some guys from New Millennium have gone out there recently. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
FA group is like becoming like that gym to go to. I feel.
Yeah,
for
and
a
they're
lot
pretty
of-
famous too. So
They
like,
are, yeah,
When
yeah.
you search up like best gym in Bangkok, they're like the number one.
And
clinch gym.
it's just a gym. It's not like a resort, like a lot of.
Oh,
like,
hey, no.
yeah.
Nah,
It's just like a straight up
not
like
at
gym
all.
come in and train. It's got like a wide open.
Yeah, there's
kinda-
like chickens kind of in the back. Like every morning I
Yeah,
hear the
I love that.
rooster. You know
That
what
is
I mean?
so cool. Yeah.
It's just like it's not luxurious. It's not like super nice, but it's just in the trenches. The trainers are really good, and the people there are like world class. There's a lot of professionals that are like ranked number 3 in the UK, ranked
Yeah.
number 1, stuff like that go there.
That's awesome. So what was that year like for you? What were your I don't know, like did we talk about like your set goals you had like of
For
that?
this year?
It was kind of like
Yeah.
a year, like your year of travel was just like a finding yourself kind of year,
Well,
like
yeah,
your
that was part of it.
never ending hot boy summer kind of thing.
Yeah. Traveling around a lot. You
Yeah.
know, I wanted to travel, but I wanted to grow my online business. That was like kind of the main thing. You know, when
Yeah.
I left, I was doing a lot of the online
Have
stuff.
you moved away from that now?
Yeah, I'm not on Instagram anymore.
I saw that. Like I would
also
saw like all
do-
these different profile things that pop up, and I was like, all right, well, he's just doing online business stuff.
Yeah, so I hired these guys to make those other profiles and start posting stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't want to be on social media
I
too
don't.
much.
It's such a, to me, it's like for some people I get it. Like, well, I still don't understand what your online business was. It was like online coaching, kind of
yeah,
like
so what it started was
Yeah.
as fitness coaching.
a little bit. Okay, I understand that
Fitness
for
and coach-
online stuff. Yeah,
And then
you're doing like
at the start of this
mindset,
year,
like
yeah, it was
accountability
fitness
coaching.
and mindset.
Yeah,
Yep, accountability. And then it kind of turned into like a business coaching. So other like young kids that wanted to do that, I showed them how to like get the ropes started and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
What made you want to start transitioning away from that
The main thing is you can charge more to help people make money.
in person?
No,
No.
it wasn't in person.
Oh no.
So
Yeah, so like to move away from that. So you said like you could feel like you got a lot more money online.
no, I'm
Coach
saying is
O.
online fitness coaching. You're guaranteeing them that they'll get in shape.
Right.
Right. So they're willing to pay X amount. But when the promise is if you pay me money, I'll help you make money.
Right.
Then they're willing to pay more
Oh,
because the return is
wild.
money back.
Yeah.
And I feel like I got pretty good at it. I invested a lot of money in like marketing and learning how to.
Oh, good.
So, and I had a couple of my buddies like ask me, "Can you help me with this?" So
Yeah.
I kind of started with helping them, and then built like a framework, and then I just transitioned all the way
Yeah.
into that framework.
What got you to the point of going like, nah, I'm going back to the real world?
Yeah.
Like, what
I
got you
remember
to that point?
A couple of things.
Yeah.
I took shrooms a couple times.
Dude, they can like, did you like a 4 gram or 5 gram like
Yeah,
trip?
I did it.
Like the walls melted and you saw your new.
The
your
strongest
focus.
was this strain called CKB, like chocolate Kirkle brain, and it was like, have you heard of that?
No, but that's such a
So
fuck
weird, right?
name.
So yeah, it was really strong. So I took 3 grams of that,
Yeah.
and then that was like the most intense. I think I took Golden Teacher for 4 grams,
Yeah.
and after that, I kind of like looked at my Instagram and I was like, this is like not reality at all.
Sick.
And I met this
Good.
one friend who I did it with. And when I first met him, he met me from like Instagram. He saw one of my posts, and then
Yeah.
we ended up meeting in Bangkok.
Yeah.
Then about 2 months later, when we first met, he was like, dude, I'm going to need a lot of advice from you with girls and this, that. We went out to the clubs and bars. And so he had this like perception of me from Instagram. And then a few months later, he was like, wasn't treating me the same as he was when it started. And we took some shrooms together. And I was like, so why is that? He's
Yeah.
like, when I first met you, I saw you how you wanted to be seen. But after spending time with you, I see you for who you are.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Damn.
I was like, damn. He's totally right.
Yeah.
He's totally right. It's not the same.
Because that's like me. Like I saw you like develop this online persona. I'm like, yo, that's not the kid that I met. Like, because you're 23 now, right?
Yeah, I'm 23.
So I mean, you're still like like to me, you're still kind of a kid. Me, I feel like I was still a kid up to like 28, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But you have like you have a way better head on your shoulders than I have on mine. Because I still see a niche as just like that kid strolling across the park like long hair. I'm like, oh, this kid's here to party. Like sick. Like let's do Muay Thai. So like this online persona, I was like, man, I don't know that guy. Like online in niche, I was like, I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
even like in between like here and like the online persona, I'm always just like, it looks like two completely different people.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I feel
it
like
was.
that happens a lot with your generation. God, I sound like such a old head when I say that. But like, yeah, you kids like develop a online persona,
Yeah.
and it's not real. And I feel like that becomes a very negative headspace,
Oh, yeah.
and like that subconscious. And like
Yeah.
that shroom trip probably just went like, hey, I don't like this anymore. And it brought that subconscious back to like the
Yeah,
forefront of your
exactly.
brain. Yeah.
And a lot of the people I hung out with, like you remember Luke, he
yeah, I kind of changed his life.
yeah, I think that still is something he thinks about a lot,
Dude,
but
it had if he acted that way to the wrong person,
yeah, it would have been bad.
like he's lucky he pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's kind of lucky that I'm the guy, and not someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
So I was
it's-
traveling
yeah.
with him a lot, and he was doing the same. He is doing the same thing still. The
Yeah.
online social media. So me and him traveled. He was in Bangkok for a while, and so like the people I was around were all like posting online. So that was kind of like the headspace I was in. Everyone I watched online,
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about how to gain followers and how to make money online. My
Yeah.
friends in person were all talking about that. But after that trip, I kind of like distanced myself from that.
Good.
And I remember thinking like life was so much better when I was training. Like that was like
so simple.
Getting ready for a fight, weight cutting, like feeling like, oh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
But like that is what I miss. I miss like the struggle of training and fighting. And the same guy that told me that profound quote, he said, once he learned all these things about me and my online presence, he said, you know, the most impressive thing about you is that you had 11 fights.
Yeah.
And that opened my eyes too. I was like, I'm doing all of this stuff to try to become impressive. But the most impressive thing is the thing I was doing for fun.
And I think I told you like a while ago where I was like, you have this gift that you've done this thing that so many people will never do. And it can set you apart.
Yeah.
I'll walk into a room full of like, I've been in some rooms and I'm like, do I belong in here? Like, and what I mean that like in a business sense, where I'm like, I'm surrounded by like millionaires, guys that are like building these like multi-million-dollar houses, and I'm just like, like what is it? And I tell them like, hey, what I do, and they're like, oh, that's insane. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm like way different than these guys. We all have like this similarity of like work ethic and like what we want to do and stuff. But then there's that like, if you have fought before, like anyone can, like people look at you so differently.
Yeah.
And it's even like now they'll kind of go like, you have people that on paper are way more successful than me ask me for advice. And I'm like, are you sure about that?
Yeah, because
like,
it's so well respected.
It is.
Like most guys don't have the courage, or they think it's like very scary. It's like, wow, you've overcome that and you've stepped in there. They see that as a big hurdle.
And you're like a legit fighter. And I was like a dude that just showed up and be like, are we fighting? Like, what's up? I'm like, all right, later. And I'm kind of more just like, I just need to go get into fights. So like, But no, like that kind of stuff, like it's a gift that can take you places, dude.
Yeah. And John Shell kind of opened my eyes to that. Yeah. I remember the first trial class I had, I was like shrimping, and he walked past me and said, you did that really good. I was like, oh, thanks. Like I didn't know him. It's the first day I met him. I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. He said, no, I'm serious. Like most people don't move like that. Yeah. And I remember feeling, oh, really?
Oh, cool. Like I'm different.
That is
like
so
dope.
sick. Yeah. That really opened my eyes. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to commit to this. And I remember one day, months later, he said, Anish, if you ever like quit martial arts, if you don't get your black belt, like I'm gonna kill you. Like joking.
That is the most John Shell thing. Like John said, he's like, if you ever quit coaching, I'm gonna murder you. And I went, I believe that. Like I will never quit coaching. Okay,
And I never forgot that quote. And I remember thinking, all right, well, if I quit, if I like pursue making money now, that's gonna be the biggest regret of my life, is not training martial arts. And I don't want to live with that regret, because you only have a window for when you can fight.
You have such a small window, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're young, you feel like that window
is closing.
No, I feel like when you're young, like too many people, so that window is too big.
Really?
Where I still feel like your entire lifespan. Like so, your prime fighting year is going to be like those like early 20s to early 30s.
Yeah.
That is a 10-year chapter out of like 8 or 9 chapters.
Yeah.
It is like one chapter. Like that's it. Like it's not a very big window. Yeah. Young kids will be like, oh, I got time to do this. Oh, and they realize all of a sudden, like then like they wind up like 26, 27, 28, and they're like,
it's like the opposite.
Oh no, this window is actually really small. What have I done?
Small.
It's so small.
I watch these guys
like
on
when you're
UFC.
young, it feels huge probably.
Yeah.
Like it's like, but the window is
no. When I was
so
17,
small,
18, 19, it felt like, oh, I'm
right?
good for life.
Yeah.
But now that I'm 23, I'm like, all right, guys.
Bro, I literally have 10 more years. Yeah.
They're 27 and they're fighting pro.
And you all started the same age.
Yeah, we all started the same age.
All started the same age.
You know, I've got some catching up to do. If I really want to pursue this, like I can't be.
It's not really catching up. It's focusing.
Yeah.
Like, and so if you take like what I've seen from like how you approach business, how you attack online, even how you attack your training, man. Like it's right now, if you put all that same energy into fighting, you could go pro in a couple years. Yeah. But it's like that willingness of like, all right, I have to go be okay being hungry. I have to be okay being uncomfortable. I have to be okay traveling to these fights. Like a lot of people, if they, a lot of young people make that mistake of fighting like where they're comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's not real growth. Like if you're fighting and you're like, well, I go fight this village over here, a couple states away, like that creates a lot of growth. And I feel like that creates momentum that a lot of kids have to be okay with, because you've seen it, fights aren't guaranteed.
Yep.
No fights are guaranteed. So you can't be like just waiting for a fight. You kind of almost have to make your own fights happen as well, being like, hey, put your name out there to 5 different promotions. Be like, okay, this one's up. Hey, keep me on standby and stuff like that. And you have to be willing to like tackle these fights.
Yeah, that's what I was doing before I left, start of 2024. Before I left for the first time.
Yeah.
I remember I was doing Sambo, and then I had.
You were just one after the
yeah,
other.
I was trying to be really, like, every
yeah.
month I was trying to do something.
Yeah.
And sometimes that is traveling. We travel for the Sambo. Sometimes that's a different rule set.
Yep.
You know, it was a tournament one month in the IKF, and then fighting Jacques the next month here in the hometown. And before that, it was Sambo and then Isaac in South Carolina. So it's kind of like you have to make do with what you got in the area and travel out of the area and be willing to do that to stay active.
Yeah.
Because if you look for the perfect fights, like a fight will fall. It's like once every 3 months, and like half the fights fall through, and now it's like a whole year's gone by. You've only fought once or twice.
You have to take what you can get sometimes with fights, and even if it's like a scary matchup, I'm like, well, you want to fight or not?
Yeah.
Like, and also me as a coach, I don't make easy fights for you guys. Even my wife, I'm just like, sorry, babe. Like, there's no, like, just like as a coach, like I feel like if people want to fight, I feel like, well, it's my job to not make it easy.
Yeah.
Like, it's already hard enough. I can't make it I'm not going to sign you up at your first fight, that's one fight, 30 fights, although that was Talia's debut fight. She fought a chick that had 30 amateur fights.
Was that IKF?
Yeah, because that chick had like 30 amateur fights as a teenager.
Oh, I remember that.
And then I was like, why is this chick so good?
Yeah,
And then I was like, oh, this is bullshit. But like, at the same time, but it's like, that was like, I didn't know until later. And I was like, all right, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't do that. But like, I always want to make sure you guys are going to face someone that could beat you. That, like, you have to go into each fight knowing, like, you're going to win. Like, you have to want to win these fights. And you find out.
Yep.
If I just let you guys fight a bunch of bums, tomato cans, no.
It also
that's
kind of hurts the
disservice.
confidence because like if you dominate someone, it's like, well, I dominated this guy. Like, the next guy's undefeated, but can I handle that? Because this guy was really bad compared to me.
I told like EK and Christian when we were at the fights from Jacksonville, like they saw some guys warming up in the back room, and like Christian especially, he's still very new to MMA, and he saw like a couple guys warming up, and he was like, those guys shouldn't be fighting. And I was like, yeah, those are the guys I fought. And he's like, why? And I was like, because I'm not a fighter. I'm a dude that was like, oh, I should go get into a fight. And then I was like, okay, I will absolutely fight that guy. Like there were 2 fights I took like the day of. Like I was there to like just wrap hands, and they were like, hey, this guy needs an opponent. I'm like, oh, that guy needs an opponent? Absolutely. But like that was me. Like, and then like I had a couple tough fights, and I'm like, man, those guys really wanted to win. I didn't have that. But like, so that's where I learned where I'm like, man, if you want to be a fighter, you have to fight other people that also want to be fighters.
Yeah, for sure.
And that makes that journey like way more climbable. It makes it way more honest. If you're just like fighting guys that are like pretending to be fighters, you're not going to learn anything. You become a 5-0, then you face another like 5-0, and you might get steamrolled. Right? Yeah. Oh shit! I'm not like, damn. Did you go like 5-0 before your first loss?
No, I was 4-0 when I fought Leo, and I think he was 3-0. Remember that? And we fought.
But
Leo,
you can still like you fought like tough fights before that too. Like you fought in those tournaments and stuff like that. That was like that's one of those nights where I'm like, it can happen just like that.
Yeah, it can. And
it
that
can happen
one,
just like that.
I wasn't that upset about because
I wasn't like. I mean, I've been like, you see me like some people lose. Like I remember like you had that title fight and it was like that upside down decision, and like that kind of stuff pisses me off.
Yeah, that
like
one,
that night you lost to Leo, I was just like, sorry man, it'd be like that.
You could have let me go a little bit. I think.
Like there is, but you also had like. You were supposed to fight. You were supposed to fight the next weekend. You were supposed to fight the next weekend. Now, like, 2 things could have happened. You could have come back, but like, you also could have then gotten seriously injured, and had like that one shot that takes years off your life.
Yeah.
Like, does that make like? And it's only because like, I mean, you got dropped like twice, and it was like those and like
the first one was clean. The second one was a stumble. But the reason I think I can win is because he really struggled with the weight cut.
I know.
thought I could have got him in the second.
But then there's also like the when you see, but it's also I know that Jimmy's from.
Yeah.
He's from Level Up.
Yeah.
That guy trains with world champions. He's got Coach Jason in his corner. Like even Jason knew. Like Jason knew. He told me he knew they didn't have a third round.
Yeah.
However, the way that first round was going, and what could have happened in that second, like just from my experience, like I've seen it happen where it's like, oh no, I let that guy get hit a couple more times too much.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So like with me, like as a coach, it's like I did it for Vic too, where it's like I kind of threw that towel in, where I was like, what's coming? Like Talia, she was losing that fight, but like I also saw like the ref like stopped while this chick was throwing the head kick. That like if that head kick hit Talia the state she was in, it was going to be like one of those like she'll never want to walk back into a gym.
Yeah.
And like I tell like especially young people, sometimes it's like I don't have that mentality of like, okay, yeah, you do have to go out on your shield, but I want you to come back with a shield and with a sword. You know, like I've seen a lot of young kids get hit with a shot, and like, you know, some people have been like flatlined. The CTE guard, like, or like people call it, like jokingly call it corpse guard.
Yeah.
Like that shit changes you.
Yeah.
You know, some people it doesn't bother. Some people it then creates like this, like, hold up,
Yeah.
hold up.
Which is not what you want.
I don't want
and
that.
Luckily for me, like after that
like you didn't have a headache, you were
no
fine.
headache.
Yeah,
I was totally fine.
You were fine. But the next shot,
like,
because it's getting knocked out with like the first strike or two is really not that concussive. It's getting dropped like that, coming back and getting hit more becomes concussive. Or getting hit more after that, then like that last knockout shot lands, like that creates a lot of damage that like people don't see, but like you feel. Does that make sense? And it's like, I kind of feel like I was trying to keep like a cover over the fort socket, like the light socket. I was like, man, I can't let you like take these next couple shots. You also had to fight the next weekend that I really wanted you to have, because your next fight was Fernando.
Yeah, it's Fernando.
A dude that had like 12 fights, you know, and then you put on a master class and it was like full rules, and it was just like, shit happens. And like if you didn't, you know, maybe you could have won that fight with Leo. But you also could have been like permanently hurt. And it's like something, and that's just me because like my brain injury history, I kind of like get a little protective. You know, like I've had guys get knocked out and I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, you okay? And they'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, do I want to see it happen? No. And I just saw like, because that Jimmy came from, I was like,
it could get worse.
This could get really bad.
But
like,
also, it's amateurs and it resets
it's
as
amateurs.
a pro. Would you have thrown in the towel if that was a pro fight?
If that was a pro fight, because I knew you would have like a lot more time in the round and stuff like that, it's different. Like you're also going to be a complete different fighter when you go pro. You know, so when it's a pro fight, it's always a different measure. It's a lot less of like wanting to throw in the towel. Like you got to go out on that shield a bit more. But like now you've had that experience. Now you know you can withstand that going into your. Courage is going nuts.
Cracks me up, bro.
Dude, he loves this dog bed, man. He carries like a blanket. Like he doesn't get attention. He just like chews it up, humps it.
He's way more active. I feel like he's way more active now. He was more chill before.
But now you know, like when you do become a pro, you can get hit. Like I also now know, like now after that, I'm like, okay, this kid can take a shot. You know, like whether you stick to Muay Thai, kickboxing, you want to go into MMA or combat sambo. Now I know I'm like, oh, let's kick out 1 or 2 drops in. Like, and I hate saying that, but like every coach has to know like their student's limit. Doesn't mean I want to put that limit. I don't want to break that limit too soon. Does that make sense? We're like, you know, you got dropped with 2 shots. They weren't bad. Like that next shot you got hit with could have made the next time you get hit, like you could drop like a fly, and it creates like your body gets into like that fight or flight response where it's like now when you get hit, your just lights turn out, and like you hear fighters talk about that, you know, where it's like each fighter has their limit of like what shots they can and cannot take. Some guys get hit with that shot like too early, and their brain holds on to that and goes like, hey man, you should go to sleep right now, you're in danger. So it's kind of like trying to prevent that from happening. Does that make sense? We're like, you can get back up after getting hit. Like that, I need to know that. I also don't need you to get knocked out cold.
For sure.
Like
that would suck, especially as an amateur. You're not getting paid. It's for the experience.
Your parents are there. Like, that is not good. That sucks. No, it's like my way of like, like professionals. By that point, I know where their limits are at. You know, and you probably wouldn't get hit by that shot as a pro. It was just like one of those things, like you came like a little bit too casually to that middle, and he just went, and it's like, stop shit. So now you know. And it's like, I'd rather throw in the towel now instead of like, if I have to throw the towel in on a pro, it means that you are in a bad spot. Like at that point, like your face is falling off, there's blood everywhere. You don't even know you're in a fight, you're just fighting, you know? And then that comes a different place, you know? So it's kind of like making sure as a coach, I can take you guys to different thresholds.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Would it be different for MMA versus kickboxing, like between the different
MMA,
sports?
There's no like standing 8 counts in MMA and stuff like that. You know, so knowing that like you can use like boxing and kickboxing as good measurements for like, hey, how's a person react to getting dropped? Because in MMA, you get dropped, you have to keep fighting.
They would stop it. That makes sense. Because if that was an MMA fighting, I dropped like that, the fight would probably be over.
No, it could go maybe.
If
like
I grabbed him or something.
Maybe he dies on top and stuff like that. But like in MMA, it's different. They let it keep going. Each ref, like, you know, boxing for the pros, they don't really do standing 8 counts anymore. But like, for Muay Thai and kickboxing, it's different for each sport. You know, like it's all about it's also like those couple seconds of recovery go a long way.
Yeah. Oh, the 8 count. Yeah.
The 8 count. Yeah. Like, sorry, that was rude. You can get your head back in and be fine. But you can also let your coach know, like, hey, what's going on? It lets the ref know, like, if you're okay. Like, those couple seconds go, like, a long way in, like, what your future's going to be like. Does that make sense?
Have you ever thrown in the towel and regretted it?
No.
No?
No.
It was always justified?
Yeah, there's only been, like, a handful of times. I think, like, you, Talia, Vic, Matt Messer. And I did it for Matt because, like, he really, like, he's the kind of guy that will die in the ring, and I'm not going to let it happen. Like, the fight was going downhill. He had gotten dropped, like, multiple times, like, cut, split open. His arm got caught in the ropes on the way down. I saw it, like, pop out. He just went, and, like, was trying to fight, like, with, like, one arm. And I'm like, we got to stop this, man. Like, that's, I think it's been, like, 4 times. Of, like, people that I've, like, trained with. And Matt at that time, I wasn't coaching him. He just needed a corner. Yeah. And we've just been like brothers for such a long time. I was like, I got you, dog. Yeah. And I did that because like I care about him. Like he has kids, he has a day job. He has to go, he had to go to work the next day. And his face was falling off. And I was like, let's stop this.
So he was cool with it too afterwards?
No, he was pissed off in the moment a little bit. Yeah. But then he was like, hey man, thanks. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna let you do that to yourself, man. Yeah. Like, you know, like a coach's job is like a referee as well. Like we got to protect you a little bit. We got to protect the fighters from themselves a little bit. You know, we got to protect your habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Like, is it going to happen again? Yeah, probably. Like some people say, like coaches should never throw in towels, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like if I feel like this could get very bad for that person, I'm going to protect them. Yeah. Just because, like, you know, hospital rides aren't fun, dude. Like you guys are all like family to me, you know. Right. So like when you corner people and you see them get knocked out bad and they're taken out on a stretcher, and you're having to talk to the family, going like,
that sucks.
It hurts, dude. Yeah. Like it's depressing.
Right.
Like, you know, it's like it's awful for you, but then me as a friend, I'm like, damn, I kind of let this happen to them.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, they did it themselves technically, but like, what if I'd helped a little bit?
Yeah.
You know,
the worst thing is like watching a friend, you know, get beat up. I remember the first thing that comes to mind is when I was watching Jason Price, and that was like the first time I'd ever seen MMA live. And I was like, damn, come on. Like, but you can't go in there and make
but you heard what happened like that morning, right? Yeah. And then like that was like one of those things where it's also exposed to people. There's always like that stupid shit that could happen where like someone tries to do something well by like giving that person a Xanax, and they don't know that's actually very bad to do. Yeah. Like even like the other team was like appalled like too when they found out, and I was like, yeah, it sucks. And like you felt what it's like. It's like that's your buddy Jason, and he's just getting clobbered. He's like too tough for his own good. Yeah. You know, like that. Like would I throw the towel in on that fight? No, because like he wasn't in danger. He's just getting beat up.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and even after that fight, he was like a little like beat up, but he wasn't getting like concussively dropped. Like he and that dude, like they were touching each other. Like his face was welted up, but like he wasn't hurt.
Like it was not going to be long-term damage or anything.
Nah,
crazy.
It's going to be just like one of those like, hey man, you were in a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Like, and those you can come back from. It's like when you see people getting like dropped, getting up, like you ever pour water on their head between rounds, like try to get them to come back, like.
Yeah, when they're totally out of
like,
it.
Bro, like sometimes, man, like you see someone come to a corner, and it's like, does this person know where they are right now? How can I get them back in this fight? Especially like someone gets dropped at the end of the round.
Yeah.
You have like 1 minute to get them back in gear.
So how do you do that? If someone comes to the corner, they're like don't know where they are, they're kind of dazed. Like,
well, that's where you have to go like usually like cold, like super cold water, like the ice cubes on the head, on the balls, stuff like that. Like that helps bring it back. One thing you always see me do, like the nose pull.
I remember that,
and like for some reason, there's always something about like that. It's kind of like putting an oxygen mask on someone. Like they'll come back to it. So you make that person like you have to tell them to breathe. You have to. We're recording. Okay. Do you need anything? Oh hi. No. Okay. And like pouring cold water on the head. Like I've had that happen where I'm like, whoa, the first round's over? That must have been bad. Like, and it was pretty bad. But then I was good to go for second and third. But yeah, a lot of times like that cold water, talking to that person. It's also why I believe communication is so important in the gym, because that person can latch onto those words. Yeah. Because like there's been some people like where I kind of like step in to help corner. I'm like, oh, this person doesn't know my voice. Yeah. At all. Like they don't know what I'm talking about. Like, man, this person has fought on instinct too much, and now they're more like a scared animal than like a fighter. Yeah. So that's where I always feel like that, bringing people back in between rounds, all of that is done inside the gym. Yeah. Of like when someone has a bad day in sparring, I have to talk them through it. Like, hey, in between rounds, like, hey, you got to lock it the fuck up right now. Like, that's where that that communication starts in the gym of like
Yeah.
pulling someone back in between rounds. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So is it more technical advice in that scenario, or is it more like what kind of things are you saying to them?
So that's where it's more like that focus and like that cold water, give them to breathe, being like, hey man, you've got this.
Yeah.
Like, are you good? Like, how do you feel right now? Like, and if they're like, I don't know what hit me. Like, some people can get dropped and be like, they're okay.
Yeah.
Some people are kind of dazed. Like, you got to kind of play that minute out to see how they're feeling.
Okay. You kind of test the waters before you just jump right into it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
You got to
like,
try and
where
get them
they're
back
at.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people can snap right back into it. Some people, maybe it's been the first time they've been dropped
Yeah.
and they're freaking out a little bit. You
Right.
know, so sometimes like what happened before that person got dropped?
Right.
Were they wild, or were they being too technical and timid? Sometimes you got to like make them like flip that script a little bit. So each kind of moment in between rounds is very unique to that fighter, and like what their habits were before that happened.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So that's where
Yeah.
like that communication in the gym goes a long way into that. Where like a lot of times, as far as like you can't really say like you're okay, but like, hey, you're fine, breathe, get back into it. Where are you? Like, you got this. Did you see what you did wrong? Okay, so we need to fire faster. Like,
Okay.
or it's like, hey, stop being so reckless. Like, I had to tell you to stop doing that. Like in the Isaac fight, like you weren't hurt, but I was like, what are you doing right now, man?
Yeah.
Why are you going? You were like all over the place in that fight, and I
Yeah.
was like, if you were like be technical, and it's trying to like pull them out of like the bad scenario they were in. So like, was that person being too timid? Okay, they got to turn the fire on.
Right.
They come out too hot. We got to pull it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite moments, and it wasn't like my coaching moment, but when Justin Gaethje fought Tony Ferguson during quarantine,
Yeah,
and it's like
yep.
dead quiet. You hear Trevor Whitman go like, okay, just take 10% off of everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it created just the most epic flow state,
Yeah.
and it ruined Tony's career after that, you know?
Yeah.
Because you saw like Justin Gaethje came out way too hot and got caught.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys, he gets caught and he's like, okay, now I'm going to fight.
Right.
You know, so like, what kind of fighter are you? Are you a person ready to go off the rip, or do you have to get hit first?
Yeah.
And okay, now you've been hit, now let's pull it back, you can actually get ahead now.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be different for each fighter, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's like each fighter and coach, like we're going to have our own language. We're saying the same words, but it's our own language, like between us. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Have you ever got to a corner or after a fight and thought, damn, I did like a terrible job in the corner, like when you first started, or thought like, damn, I shouldn't have said that, or
Yeah, there's one time I remember, I think it's because I just got excited about who I was cornering with, and I think I gave too much information in my 30-second window. And I kind of just gave like a little bit too much. He ended up like winning the fight still, and it's like it still bugs me to this day.
Really?
Because I'm like cornering alongside this guy, like this Marcus Davis, like someone I looked up to as like a kid watching, and then like we cornered a fight together, and I like said way too much in 30 seconds, and I was like, I looked like an idiot, and like I'm mad about that. And there's one time I'm cornering, like when I used to just go like rap hands in Virginia and corner people for fun. Like I had never, like I was there to be a corner, a cut man, but I had no idea how to work on cuts and shit like that. And, like this dude came to me with like this massive gash, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? This was not on Grey's Anatomy. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, and I remember like feeling kind of helpless in that moment. I was like, let's just stop this. Like, I didn't even know how to like work on the cut really. Like, I'd never seen a cut that bad like in person, aside from like maybe a stab wound or like. But it was just like one of those like, I don't know what to do with this cut, man. Like, this is too bad. And like that's when I really had to learn like, oh shit, if I'm gonna corner people, like even if it's someone I don't know. Like if I'm working as a cut man at a show, like I have to actually see like how do I shut this cut down? How do I like put the Q-tip in? How do I apply the Vaseline so I don't like tear the cut even more and stuff like that? So those are like the two that really stick out to me. I feel like there's probably been a couple times. I remember like Sam's last fight. Actually, maybe it was like 3 fights. I've probably given you bad advice in between rounds. We'll go to that next. But like I remember like Sam, his fight for APFC, like he was just like kind of manhandled the first 2 rounds, like grappling wise. And I was like, hey man, if you're not going to do anything on the feet like I'm asking you to, just throw a flying fucking knee. I got nothing to say right now. Because like one of those where he was like just coming out straight forward instead of like taking the angle. So I was like, if you're not going to listen, like what am I going to say? Okay, just try the flying knee we practice. At least go for something. Try something on the feet, like bagels go. And it was like one of those where I kind of, because like the fight had just been so one-sided. And he was kind of going off course where I was like, well, like what can I say if you're not going to listen? Does that make sense?
If you could go back, would you have told him something differently?
No, I mean, because like it like into the first round, like, hey, we need that angle. Hey, we need that angle. Like, we need that angle. Stay offline. Calling during the fight. Hey, stay offline. Second round, none of that was happening. And it's like going to the third, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Fuck am I doing here?
Right.
Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
as a striking coach, I'm just laying there. I'm just like sitting cage side, just like
Yeah, because it was on the ground the whole time.
he was on the
He
ground the
getting
whole
laid
time.
down.
So I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right, what can I do here? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like I think like your fight with like Isaac. I was kind of just like, hey, can you focus a bit? Like, where's this
Yeah.
coming from? Like, what was I saying? Do you remember what I said in between rounds?
No, I don't remember.
So I remember
what
like
you said,
your
but I remember-
composure wasn't there, like it had been before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I had it. I felt like going into that fight, I didn't like have enough times in training. But maybe this was my own head, but I feel like I didn't have enough times in training where I was like really dying
Yeah.
and had to push myself to gain the confidence that I could go that far.
Yeah.
Because we used to do those nights at Knuckle Up.
Yeah.
and-
Those
and
like
we
Shark
did-
Tank nights. Yeah.
And those were so hard and
Yeah.
so terrible that when the fight
I gotta
came,
bring those back
I
on
was
Friday
like-
nights, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, when the fight was here,
yeah.
okay, we can go. Like
Yeah.
we can go. I've already
Yeah,
been
yeah,
in
yeah,
deep
that
waters,
makes sense,
but I
yeah.
felt like I wasn't in deep waters very
Interesting,
often
yeah.
leading up to that fight.
Yeah.
So when it got difficult, I was like, okay, fuck, I haven't
Well,
been
the
here
fight
in a while.
got difficult from the start because you were giving him like a lot of openings. Like I saw you like throwing wide shots, and I was like, like what is that? Because I just remember like
Yeah.
your intent. I was like, oh, you like it seemed like you were in a rush.
Yeah, well,
Does that
I
make
felt.
sense?
Well,
Yeah.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
felt like I couldn't stay on the outside because he's longer.
Yeah.
So the longer I stay here, the higher likelihood I'm gonna get pieced up from the
Yeah.
outside. So I have to get in, but
Yeah.
I wasn't getting in like, keeping the
Like
filling
controlling
the space, controlling
yeah,
the space.
you were just
I was
like
kinda
going from
rushing
A to
in.
B instead of like
Yeah.
A 1 2 3 to B.
And that's something
Yeah.
I think even to this day, if I
Yeah.
fight someone if I fight someone taller, that's
Yeah.
something I really like need to work
And that
on.
stuff, like even like I tell people, it's like it sucks to try and be patient, but like you
Yeah.
have to be patient on a tall person.
Yeah.
If you rush, you're just like running into fucking 2x4s.
Yeah,
Like,
and I know what it's like
yeah.
from the other side too, from the taller guy. It's
Yeah.
super easy if
Oh,
someone's just
so
rushing
easy,
in.
yeah.
A knee, an uppercut. It's super easy to keep them at bay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's like Bobby. His his first title fight, he beat a dude that was like 6'4".
really,
Yeah,
what did he do? Clinch him or?
clinching him.
Yeah,
He out clinched a 6'4" guy
yeah. It's
because of like what he could just control, like the striking on the way in
Uh-huh.
to the clinch.
yeah.
And even just like him creating like that wall of striking, it made the taller guy get reckless so Bobby could go in.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's just like, but you gotta have fights like that to be like, oh shit, patience. Like,
Yeah.
shit, patience is tough to learn, man.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I remember
Yeah.
what you said to me. It wasn't anything technical.
Yeah.
I remember leaving the corner. I think after every round, I'd be like, "Fuck, he's disappointed." Like I'm fucking.
I was
stoked.
pretty upset, yeah. But like your third round actually looked pretty good.
Did it?
I think your third round, because you were sweeping him at the start of it, I think, or something
I
like that.
tried.
Yeah.
No, he defended. I don't think I swept.
No, you
him.
swept him. Like
Did I?
at the start of the round, you swept
Oh,
him like
really?
clean as shit. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
Well, yeah, no, you did way better in the third round, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the third round, you had some like composure,
Yeah.
and then you started to rush by like the end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it was just like you were fighting so out of character, where I was like, what
Really?
is that? Yeah, like because you're like the Fernando fight, like your title fight, like the tournament fights, so much composure.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't any of that, and I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
I think that was peak like online like alpha bro salesman mentality, and it like
Yeah.
went out the window.
But I
and was
definitely
like,
didn't
yeah.
want to go into deep waters because,
Yeah.
like I said, I felt like I wasn't ready for deep
I feel
waters.
like you just like with your one thing I preach is that like you're always a bit more ready for deep water. Like if you've been in deep water before,
Yeah, exactly.
like you're still always ready to swim there. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Yeah. Like I've taken like months off of training before, and I hop back in. And people are like, how do you just spar 10 rounds? And I'm like, I've been tired before.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, but then there's like that mental side of like I don't think I was in deep water for this.
Mm-hmm.
But you were fighting pretty regularly for that fight, I think, weren't you?
What before that? Yeah, I was
Yeah,
competing
you were
regularly.
pretty regularly.
But
Yeah.
the training wasn't very difficult. It was like
Interesting,
it
yeah.
was because we weren't doing like fighter only training. You're gonna go
Yeah,
until you're
yeah,
about to
yeah,
puke.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
we weren't
yeah,
doing
yeah.
anything like that. But the thing is, like watching that fight back, and even Walker told me, he was like, I don't think he did that bad.
Yeah.
And after the fight, I thought, okay, I was just getting backed up. I was getting pieced
Yeah.
up. Then watching it back, I was actually going forward, and I was
You
like,
were-
I wasn't
yeah.
like timid, but I wasn't technical.
You weren't technical.
Yeah.
And just me, like I'm a very technique-oriented coach.
Yeah.
Like that's just me. That's where I'm
Yeah.
like, man, technique wins fights. Like
it does.
I like seeing my students throw good technique. Like there was one time, someone asked me, like I helped step in and corner a dude at a fight, at an MMA fight. I mean, and the fight was so bad, and someone was like, hey, your fighter out there, why'd you let him fight? And I was like, not my guy. And they went,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
like I stepped in to help like wrap this dude's hand and he needed a corner because the coach didn't show up. But like everyone knows I'm a very like technique oriented coach. Like I don't like to send guys out there just like raw throwing hooks, eating on the chin and firing back. Like not the coach I am.
Okay, so what do you look for in the gym before you think, all right, this guy can fight? He's
if
ready.
they have composure.
Okay.
I look for composure. I look for technique. I look for problem solving.
Okay.
Because like that's what takes you long. Like being raw, having power, having a chin, that shit runs out.
Yeah.
That shit changes overnight sometimes. But when you learn technique, you learn composure, you learn how to fight 3 rounds, and you can like, you can dominate someone, like that takes you to be a pro. I feel like that's that missing piece. Like if you can climb into a ring, like you're a dog.
Right.
Like I don't want you to win off of just being a dog.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big fucking dogs out there, you know?
For sure.
And when if you run into the same dog that has better technique, better IQ, oh, you're in for a bad time. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, 100%. There is a lot of people that come in here with like rage or anger or trauma, and they're willing to, die in there.
Or it's like they're all offense, no defense.
Yeah.
Like that's the big thing I see when guys come to me from other gyms where I'm like, wow, you have no defense. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're so used to just teeing off on people in your gym that they can't get anything off on you.
Yeah.
And like Josh Alexander, the pro kickboxer, have you worked with him yet? I think he came in like right after you left. There's a guy here, Josh Alexander. He's a pro kickboxer. He's trained and fought out of Bang Tao in Thailand. Super legit. And he was telling me, he was like, holy shit, my defense has gotten so good here. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, I've always kind of just like gotten off on people. But he's like, your guys stay under fire so well, like they're countering, creating openings, then they're knocking the wind out of me. And I was like, oh, thanks for the feedback, man. Because like he was talking like his rounds like Sam. He was like, that guy gives me more work than most pros that I train with.
Yeah.
But it's because he's just as defensive as he is like offensive and stuff like that. Where like I'll see some guys come in like they're just all offense, and I'm like, that goes only so far.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that shit runs out real quick.
Yeah.
And that was always like I feel like the North Carolina curse was like some people were so like just good at like beating people up in their gym. They didn't know how to deal with that adversity when it came back to them a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can see guys that are like bad motherfuckers and just like crumble, and you're like, I can't have that. So that's why like I focus so much on like composure, like focusing on technique, focusing on active drilling. Let me see how this person handles being under fire a little bit. How does this person deal with like being put under pressure with that defense?
Yeah.
Like,
so is that on Saturdays you're looking, like mainly on like hard sparring days? Is
yeah,
that
like
where
the
you
hard
see it?
sparring day. Like that's where I'm trying to see like who's keeping it together.
Yeah.
Like that's why like some people they're like, hey man, why am I not fighting yet? And I'm like, well, I just want to see these habits from you.
I see.
Like some people can shine under the light, that's cool, but like you're going into a fight, I don't want you to get hurt. Like you're already possibly gonna get hurt. You're gonna win a fight and still be hurt because like you're hitting bone on bone or you've been hit. Like, like I need to make sure that you can keep your shit together.
Yeah. What about outside of like technical skill? Do you look at their personality at all before you think they should fight?
Personality, that Coach Sabatic guy, he put out a great post talking about like, you can kind of tell who, like, what person's a fighter from the get-go. And it's usually the people that can sometimes be a bit more like quiet, but can always like they have no, like they're also quiet through adversity. And I'm like, oh, that person's a psychopath. I like them.
Right.
Like you can pick up on like their demeanor and stuff like that. Like you had like that aura of like absolute confidence. I was like, oh, this kid's gonna fight.
Okay.
Like I could just tell. And like you can kind of pick up on a person's like personality.
Yeah.
Can this person's like personality switch? You know, like you'll see some people that can be kind of like goofy out of practice, and then I'm like, oh man, these like that switch flip before sparring, and I'm like, oh, I like that. Like that means that person has some kind of like emotional regulation that they can be in control of the moment a little bit more.
Yeah.
Some people can just be like super chill and kind of just be like they're like that person in practice. They're also that person like in the cage or the ring. They have like that intent and focus to win.
Yeah.
Like that person that can be goofy, but you see that person being relaxed and like they're still trying to push ahead and win, push ahead and win, push ahead and win. So you gotta, and you'll see each person out of here, like everyone does their own thing. We all have the same strikes, we all do the same drills, but everyone's gonna use that drill differently. Everyone's gonna apply that drill differently. So I kind of use it as like this like litmus of like, who's doing well in these situations? Like, should this person be more defensive? Should I tell them to be a bit more offensive?
Yeah.
Should I tell them like, you probably shouldn't think about fighting? What conversations do I have with them? And then it's like, that's also why I'm so big on doing the in-house events, to see like what that person's composure is like in a controlled, uncontrolled environment.
Yeah.
Like we're not trying to knock each other out, but you are trying to learn how to win.
Yeah.
Because like you'll see some people can just crumble under adversity, and it's like, ooh, shit, there might be like some kind of mental hiccup, and I'll never let that person fight.
I see.
And I'm not being mean. Some people are like, well, you gotta throw them in the fight to see how they shine, and I'm like, you go ahead and do that.
Right.
Like you can go ahead and do that. Fine, have at it, and then let that person get knocked out.
Really?
I'd rather that person kind of find out, like when you're starting to like turn up that heat, turn up the water a little bit. Like let me see, like what you're showing me. Like I gotta see who your true self is.
Yeah.
And if you're panicking in an environment like this,
it's not good.
that's not good.
Yeah. Have you seen someone before that you thought, well, like, okay, this person can't fight, and you got proved wrong, or they can fight, and you got proved wrong?
All the time, man. Yeah, like there was. I don't want it to be considered defamation, but it's true. Like he just couldn't keep his shit together.
Right.
Could not keep his shit together. Like even like when the going got tough in practice, he would kind of like freak out a little bit. You know, I got him to do like a semi-am, and even before he walked in the cage, he's like, I can't do this, and I smacked the shit out of him. I mean, I open palm smacked the shit out of him. I said, if you want to be a coward right now, then walk the fuck away and don't step foot in my gym again. Or you walk inside that cage, you grab this guy and you break his fucking leg. Like, shut up. You wanted to do this. Like, you put yourself here.
Yeah.
You put yourself through practice. So you go inside that cage and you fucking win right now because that's what we got you ready for. First round, he's like almost having a panic attack, and he submits the guy in the second round.
Oh.
But it was like so much work, and it's not even a full fight yet.
Yeah.
And then like he tried to sign up for a fight like on his own, going like, I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling nasty, I'm feeling angry. And I'm like, you sound like a girl right now. You're none of those things. Like, I don't care. Like, if that's how you feel, you should not fight that way because you're not going to do well. As soon as adversity hits, you're not mean or nasty. You're a dude getting hit and you're going to crumble. And then he completely, like, fell apart during, like, a scrimmage we had, like one of those WKA scrimmages. Had a complete and total meltdown. Like, threw a hissy fit, like, on the mat, slammed his mat. And I was like, you get the fuck out of my gym right now, dude. And I tried to talk to him. And he's like, man, I got issues. I'm like, I can tell you got issues. Fighting doesn't solve those issues. And I was like, I'm not going to let someone like that, if they are that mentally, emotionally.
Right.
Like mentally, he is kind of like locked in. Like he's educated, has a great day job. He does great at his day job. Like he is, but like emotionally, if I'm seeing this kind of like, if you're this emotionally unregulated, like you shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah, okay.
Now you can learn how to control those emotions, like through hard tank rounds, like through Shark Tank rounds, like through events like that.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Willa, Riley's sister, like she did a great job. Like she has really proven herself.
Yeah.
Like who she was, like when she started thinking about like, I want to fight, and I was like, are you sure about that? Like
she came in saying that?
Well, like because like no, she didn't come in saying that. Like she came in just like starting to like hit the bags, like have fun and stuff like that. But then like one day she was like, I think I want to fight, and I was like, it's not easy. Like anything that makes you confident or strong or any of your girl boss energy right now, like is gonna go out the window as soon as you get hit. Like there's been times where she like straight up stopped sparring some days because she got hit clean, and I was like, hey man, that's not fighting. You have to lock it back. It only gets worse than that.
Yeah.
It only gets worse than that. But then we got her ready for like we did like that hometown throwdown, and she faced chicks same amount of experience. Like it was a lot of like those days before practice where she was like having like women and men are completely different.
Yeah, for sure.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Like if a woman's crying before sparring, I'm like, she's gonna do fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you crazy bitch. Like we're gonna lock this in. Like you're gonna do fine.
Yeah.
And like she really rose up, and like when she did that like throwdown, like bro, she was a savage. But it was a lot of like that mental work inside the gym. Like learning like the true definition of like strength and courage.
Yeah.
And perseverance, you know? If a dude's crying before sparring, I'm like, you need to stick to jujitsu.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not being mean to the jujitsu homies, but like, it's true.
Right.
You can cry before jiu-jitsu and be okay.
Yeah.
If you're crying before you get hit in the head, like you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be good for you.
Yeah.
You know. So,
The crying
like,
can come afterwards.
crying can like it happens.
You know?
Like all dudes cry after sparring sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you talk about Thailand. There's like one day where you're like, clinching is bullshit. You told me that, and I was like, welcome, dude. It just gets worse sometimes. But yeah, it's
but
always
as long as
like,
you go through it, you gain that confidence.
100%.
Okay, it can get really bad, and I can still stay.
Yeah,
here
and like I've taken dudes into fights where it's like, man, like they check the boxes, like they put the work in, they have the right mindset, they're improving on everything. Like the win isn't guaranteed, but they made so much improvements and put the work in. Like, hey man, you earned this fight. Let's put you into it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the fight, it doesn't go their way. Now, like, if they kind of go, like, if they throw a temper tantrum, I'm like, hey, man, chill out. Some of those guys can kind of be like, all right, hey, man, like, that was fun. Thanks for the experience. Like, I encourage a lot of people to have, like, just 1 or 2 fights.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a fighter when you come in and train, but you need to learn about, like, yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you see people like my wife, Talia, like, you met her, like, I only dated, I think, for, like, a couple months when I first met her, and she's, like, a completely, like, different person.
Yeah.
You know, she still has her, like, she's still a woman, so she still sometimes like, and I'm like, okay, breathe, like, relax, you're fine. But, like, now she knows, like, oh, it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, she fought recently.
It didn't go well, man. Like, and it's like her brain is wired really well for MMA.
Right.
MMA, man, like, she has so many options, it's easier for her process. But then, like, Muay Thai and kickboxing, which she's done smokers and her other kickboxing matches, like, man, like, that linear focus, like, she doesn't like it. Like, she needs more options for stuff.
Yeah.
And it's also the type of people you run into, you know, not everyone that does MMA can do Muay Thai. Not everyone does Muay Thai can do MMA.
Right.
And, like, her last chick she fought was just, like, a stone-cold fucking assassin. And just kind of walked her down the entire fight. Talia tried to hang in there, and it was just, like, one of those, like, it was tough. You tried.
Yeah.
Like, you fought like a badass. I was like, that chick is a whole-ass, like, Muay Thai fighter. And she was like, yeah, I don't like Muay Thai. And I'm like, all right, shit, it happens.
At least
like,
she knows now, though. I mean,
like,
she didn't get, like, knocked out or anything.
No, she didn't get knocked out. No. Like, Talia's tough. Good. She can take a punch.
Exactly.
But it's like one of those things where she was like, damn, like, and this is all coming off, like, her back surgery and stuff like that, where now, like, she can't really do jiu-jitsu a whole lot. Like, MMA is too much of a strain on her back. We're trying to see, like, hey, could you still do an MMA fight? Okay, well, hey, babe, you love doing small gloves. Like, do you want to take a small glove Muay Thai fight? And then she even saw it. She was like, man, I feel way more comfortable doing Muay Thai with just MMA gloves than, like, without, like, headgear and boxing gloves. She doesn't like it. And I was like, okay, let's get you ready for this. And it was tough. And it was a lot. And it's very emotional. And the fight started, and she got pop, cracked, and she's like, damn, I don't think I want to do this. And I was like, well, you got 3 more rounds. Like, you got to stay in there. You know, like, if she was getting, like, dropped, I told Lopez, I was like, hey, be careful. Like, if this keeps going downhill, going to that third, get ready to throw that towel in, just to, like, save her. Yeah. Because, like, there was some, like, she got dropped in the first round, like a knee to the stomach. She got hit with some punches and elbows that made the room almost go, fuck, how is she still up? And I was like, that's still my wife. Like, I'm like, hey, man, get ready.
Were you corner?
No, Josh and Lopez were.
Okay.
But I told, I walked up right behind Lopez. I went, hey, man, have that towel ready if it gets worse than this. And he was like, you got it.
Yeah. Because
he saw, like, it was not, like, there's, like, even a perfect third round was going to be, like, pretty bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Potential spam.
So I guess it's better to learn that, you know, in a tough fight than a you know, life-altering fight.
Dude, yeah,
you know
you don't want to have a fight be life-altering in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. Some dudes need to get knocked the fuck out. It's the best thing for them. Yeah. You know? Like, should it happen to everybody? No. Like, is it good to get your ass kicked? Yes. But it's also good to make sure, like, hey, you still learn from it. Like, I've gotten my ass beat and it's been like, I can take a punch, cool. Like, you know, what am I get better at? But I also learned, like, with me in fighting, I'm like, man, I don't care about fighting. I didn't want to be a fighter. More people wanted me to be a fighter than I wanted to be a fighter. Yeah. And then it got to a point where I was like, I don't even care about this. Like, I just want to hold pads and wrap hands with the homies. Yeah. And that turned into coaching, you know, where, like, that became, like, my focus. Like me getting someone's hand raised is way better than me getting my hand raised.
Really? So do you get more nervous before your fights or before cornering?
Before cornering.
Before cornering?
Before cornering, dude. I get so nervous. I get so much anxiety. Really? I hate it.
Well, Vion told me, you know, before I came back, like, oh, Trevor's not really cornering. I think there were some fights going on. I was like, oh, Trevor's cornering. He's like, no, he's trying to kind of stay away from it because it's so mentally taxing. So are you still cornering?
Well, yeah, like, there was I'm not trying to, like, shows that have, like, loud music, strobe lights, like, it's so bad for my head now. Like, I can't focus. And I'm like, I used to be, like, even, like, I tell people, like, man, I know I used to be so much better in the corner. Like, I used to really be, like, very focused. I could see stuff happening before, like, it was going to happen. I could make really good calls. Right. Now, like, I'm, like, behind on everything. And I can't dictate being a corner as good as I used to be. So I'm like, well, there's going to be a detriment for me to be in the corner, and I just shouldn't corner. Yeah. You know, and it's also, like, if I'm having to scream, if there is loud music going on, if there's strobe lights, like, I'm going to try and corner. Earplugs in, sunglasses on. It's just not good for my health anymore. Yeah. So that's why now I'm so focused on, like, coaching people on being corners. Doesn't mean they're a coach, but they can be a really good fucking corner.
Yeah, we've got some good corners.
We've got some great corners here now, man. And like, this last UBG card, Talia was going to corner, But it was like the week after her fight, she was like, I just don't want to. And I went, not a problem. Because
Right.
like Talia, she's a great MMA corner. She does so good at cornering MMA. And like she has like that Trevor playbook like down. And she can see the calls, she can make it happen. I'm like, sick.
Nice.
But it was a week after a Muay Thai fight. She was like, I don't want to. And she was like, who? I was like, I'll do it. It's a UBG show. They're very low production value. Like if it's just like a cage set up in like a middle school gymnasium,
Yeah.
those are my favorite fights to be at, dude.
Yeah.
I love those, dude. Like
So
that.
chill.
It's chill.
Yeah.
It's very pure. It's very grassroots, and it's way easier. Like it's easier to hear my voice. I don't have to
Yeah.
scream and stuff like that. You know, like a big venue. Like you're not gonna find me cornering at big venues.
Because I
and stuff
remember
like
the
that.
IKFs, even in like 2020.
Dude, I'm like cornering right after having a stroke, and I'm just like, this is horrible.
I remember
Yeah.
you were like, yeah, the lights are super bright. I was like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it just sucks.
It is super
it
distracting and
yeah.
loud.
And it used to be like a place where I could really focus, and I loved being a corner. Now I'm like, shit, now it's awful to be a corner. I can't do this as much as I want to. Like it's like all I can do is like show up, wrap hands, and be like, all right, you got this. Like, have you seen that movie Rudy?
No.
Oh shit, great movie. Anyways, like there's this janitor that always tells him like the right things. At the end of the movie, the janitor's like cheering. He's like in the hall, like he's like at the game, not at the game.
Right.
Doesn't want like Rudy to get distracted, but he's watching Rudy like from like the walkout area. And
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm that guy now. I'm the
Yeah.
janitor in the back going, let's go.
Yeah,
and I'm
okay.
like, that's just my role. Like I had to move into my old man role like way sooner than I wanted to. You know, so you just gotta make do with what you can.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, everything is like tough. Everything gets tougher. Like I preach that like all the time. Like to you kids, it's like, hey man, what you're doing now is hard.
Yeah.
It gets harder,
Yeah.
but it gets easier to deal with the hard stuff.
That's so true. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially fighting. Like your first couple fights, you really learn what hard is. And then you have to come back to the gym and realize, what do I need to do differently to get better at dealing with that hard in the fight?
How honest are you gonna be with yourself about like a loss? And like, hey dude,
Yeah.
sometimes like there's those nights where someone's just better than you.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit, back to
Yeah.
it, man. Like,
Yeah,
are you
'cause
hurt? All right, back on the bike.
Most amateurs, you're not the best in the world. So to go around thinking you're the best in the world
Yeah.
when there's pros out there, guys
Yeah.
who've been doing it 30 years, you know, you're deceiving yourself. So you have to realize, all right, I could fight someone who is better than me. There are people better than me.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean I can't get to that level eventually, and that doesn't mean one day I can't beat them.
100%.
I have to
Yeah.
figure out why were they better than me that day.
And like I always say, like there's some people that can just have like a certain person's number. I talk about Anthony Pettis and Benson Henderson like that. Like Benson Henderson has done a fuck ton in the sport, has never come close to beating Anthony Pettis. WEC, UFC, and Karate Combat just has his number, and it's like, shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like at all levels, you might just run like that person. Like you hear about like Valentina Shevchenko and Joanna. Like they fought like 5 or 6 times.
Wow.
In Muay
I didn't
Thai.
know that. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And Valentina won every single time.
Yeah.
And then they fight in MMA. Valentina still wins. And it's like, shit, really?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes, like, and like me as a coach, I'm like, you just run these other coaches and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, I know we're doing a lot of the same things, but there's something different happening. Like, they just kind of have like that answer in the moment. And it's tough. It's tough to find that. And then it's tough
Yeah.
to find more answers to your answers and shit.
Yeah, I remember Fernando's coach. It was
Jeff.
Jeff, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember before, or I think after the fight with who was the fighter with the Florida world champion in IKF I fought? That was
Yeah,
Jeff,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember after that fight you said we're undefeated against Jeff's team.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So there must be
he's one
something
of like the
about
best, and he
styles
just
or-
got an award for like Coach of the Year.
Oh, really?
To like a Muay Thai
Oh, hell
promotion.
yeah.
Like
Nice.
no, like Jeff is super legit.
Yeah.
Like he has a lot of legit fighters. But like we just have something that's always kind of beating his guys.
Yeah.
But it's also like one thing about Jeff, I was like, his guys train really hard. They're gonna come at us. Like
Man, they're good. Too.
they're good. Like
Yeah.
they're really good. But we've always had like there's just because I think I'm a bit more of like a technique focused, like strategy, IQ, ring control, like making stuff very natural.
Yeah.
Like nothing you guys do is very forced. So it makes it
Right.
kind of easy to sometimes work ahead of the hard workers. But like I always give Jeff his flowers. Like I look up to that dude a fuck ton.
Right.
He's done great things for Muay Thai in Charleston.
Yeah.
He's done great things for Muay Thai in South Carolina. He's traveled all over for Muay Thai.
Yeah.
But he can't beat me. but it's also I'm like I tell Jeff, man, and like we've had the conversations like, dude, thank you so much for making me better.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And I was like, I can't lose to you, man. Like I don't want to lose to you. And he was like, what? And I was like, I respect the fuck out of you, dude. Like we're homies. Like we were training together like before we even became coaches. And I've always been
Wait,
like,
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
shit.
we'd be like seminars going around like fights and shit.